we've come to one of the reasons to get this wave, even if you're not a fan of all the figures, Darkseid. I believe I've gone over a lot of Darkseid's history before in the DC Direct version. I will sort of cover ground that I've done before in that video. He is pretty damn imposing. See Darkseid here, who comes up to about there on him. Let's take a natural enemy, Superman, and compare him. As you can see, he is quite a bit taller and not as imposing as I would hoped, but still imposing enough. I do like all the details in the paint on his crags, and I really like those eyes. Also like the detailing in the gloves and the boots. Some nice details on the bottom of the boots too. Nice silver paint here on actually this very loose rubbery material for his little, I guess, tunic. And you see here one of the secret things of this figure is that he has an accessory of a mother box. And unlike the other person who came with a mother box, scot-free, the Miracle Man, he can actually hold it. Surprise, surprise. He does come with another right hand, and take his hand off, it's simple, and put on the other thing, and that's his. I'm not familiar where it appears, but I'm pretty sure it's called a murder glove. If anybody knows different or better, please tell me. Very detailed, silver, and there's only very nice gold thing, and it's actually better. I like it better than the DC Direct version of the same weapon. For his articulation, it's pretty nice. The only thing is that his arms are kind of very limited because they're so bulky. Very nice leg articulation, rotation on the upper thigh, moves forward and back and in and out, bends very nice at the knee, bends at the ankle, and has a little bit of a pivot there. And also like the boots, how they're done, the boots there. He's got the waist or abdominal articulation, waist articulation. The head moves around very nicely, although it does have a little bit of bobblehead. The one drawback is, and it's again because of his bulkiness, I think they would have, if they could have done like the extra, like some of the Marvel Legends have the extra shoulder articulation here, so they could bring it back. You could get the classic Darkseid pose with his arms behind his back. As it stands, that's the closest that you can get. It's just a little bit of a shame, a little bit of a disappointment. To go into his backstory, he is the second son of Yaga Khan and the Queen Hegra. rulers of Apokolips. And from an early age, Uxus, that's his original name, plotted to kill his older brother Drax, who would inherit the throne. And while Drax was searching for this mysterious, powerful force called the Omega Force, he had Darkseid basically spy on him. And when the time is right, he, as Drax was about to discover the secret, he swooped in, took the secret for himself, and killed his brother, and got the craggy face, and as a result, changed his name to Darkseid. And soon after that, he fell in love for the once and only time with this scientist named Sully, and she gave birth to a son, Kalibak. And unfortunately, Darkseid's mom, Hegra, didn't really like her, and so she had Darkseid poison her. And her death really sent Darkseid over the edge. If there was any thing that you and I would think of as human or loving, that's when that died. When he discovered what Hegra had done, his mother, he told Darkseid to poison her. Soon after, he negotiates this treaty with a rival planet of New Genesis, and they will exchange sons in order to gain the peaceful trust of the other planet. He actually takes this opportunity to get rid of the wife and child that he was forced to have by his mother, exiles them, and the son becomes Orion. In return, he receives the infant that would eventually grow up to become the new god, Mr. Miracle. His ultimate goal in life is the total subjugation of all to his will. And the way he's going to do this is through the force called or the formula called the anti-life equation. And that's what the whole Final Crisis was about. For his powers, through the Omega force, he has many different powers. The chief among them is the Omega effect, which are these beams that come out of his eyes that he can control exactly where they go to. So when he shoots at you, he's not going to miss. They can just be concussive blasts. They can actually teleport you. And finally, they can disintegrate you. But that's not all, because anything that he disintegrates with his Omega beam thing, he can resurrect at any time. And that's often his form of punishment. Now, he also has the Omega Sanction, which he uses against Batman. Now, he also has great strength, near invulnerability. He's got telepathic and telekinetic powers. So he's probably the most powerful being in the DC universe.